Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my session named DevRel for Tech Entrepreneurs Beyond the Platform Partners. Let's get started. Let me introduce myself. My name is Junichi Okamura, Senior Technical Partner Manager at Shopify. My Twitter is benzokapi. I tweeted with the hashtag DevRelCon, so please follow me if you get involved. I'm an API lover, midnight developer, manga creator, beer lover, app hacker, etc., etc. Today's my talks are number one, Shopify and overview and its ecosystem. Number two, the design of scalable growth for our ecosystem. Number three, things to grow qualified developers. Number four, how to give developers real success. The last one is my wrap-up. Number one, Shopify overview and its ecosystem. Shopify is a leading multi-channel commerce platform. These are iconic numbers. So we have the 1.7 million merchants globally and in the 175 countries. And we have the 7,000 employed remotely, all of them working remotely from home or other places. And we have the huge number of the agency partners, app developer partners described here. I would like to mention that later for the detail. Shopify is a one platform, every channel, any devices. So we often call ourselves a commerce OS. So our value is the platform and the OS behavior. And we have the various API to enable flexible customization, which enable our partner developer to publish their awesome killer apps for their merchants as well. So we have the much empowered by those kind of the partner ecosystem with our API and our awesome partners, the developer skills. So we have the more than the 6,000 apps globally and more than 42,200 agency web designers who build up their client Shopify shops for the merchant to start up their business. Here in Japan, we have the rapid growth too. So these are the Japan-born or Japanese optimized apps, which have been contributing to Japanese merchant business and filling the market and the product gap here in Japan too. So we couldn't be successful without any those kind of the partner ecosystem and the contribution community activities. But we need more growth for Japanese merchants to be more successful and solving their problem, especially under this COVID-19. So we need more successful tech entrepreneurs who produce the awesome useful apps and the values to the merchants, especially here in Japan. So we often asked ourselves, so how can we scale out this ecosystem growth? So this is a fundamental question for us as business and as a developer engagement. So I would like to talk about our approach for solving this the question. So the second one is our designing of the scalable growth for ecosystem. Our ecosystem situation, the ecosystem growth is a key driver for success. Our goal is to produce tons of qualified apps to meet merchants' needs. For that, we need tons of qualified developers to be successful in their app business. For that, we need a scalable way of delivering the right solution to grow developers. So the last one, a scalable way of delivering the right solution is our DevRel activity itself. So drill down to the more detail. the question, what's the right solution for developers? So I think this diagram describes the concept and structures. So I'd like to explain the details. So the first one is the upper part, top funnel, which is a discovery by attractive contents like a workshop, broadcasting, and blogs. This work effectively for the getting awareness for new potential developers to find our products and know our values and their advantages to learn our technologies. Second one in the middle part, which is learning by effective contents like tutorials, codes, and forum. This works effectively for the making the potential developers to become the real partners and lifting up their skill for the utilize our technology and product features like API and other the product features as well. So without these phases, any developers can be our real partners. The lack of the real skills and knowledge as well. So this is very important phases. The bottom ones is the engagement by deep communication, like consulting, matching, and support, which is the last 1 mile phases for developers to become our real partner. Real effective partners. So this is not the technical work, but more the communication or community work. So helping them to making flywheel in our existing business. So as a last 1 minute activities. After that, the developers can be successfully the real partners of the customers and with their business successful as well. So this diagram shows the concept or the structure of the right solution, I think, for developers. As some of them might feel some of you might feel so this diagram is very similar to the common marketing funnel diagram. So that's why we could say that DevRel activity is one of the marketing for developers. And the left part, and once the developers successfully be converted to our real partners and successful in their business as well as entrepreneurs, they could be the expert who can influence another new potential developers. This is a very healthy, variable ecosystem cyclic approach. And besides, another question, what's the scalable way for achieving this solution? So I added the 4 nodes for this solution diagram as well. First one is the one-to-many and shareable, which is effective for discovery phases. So one-to-many means the one content can be linked, can be used for other people and use cases to reduce your content creating resources. Shareables means the bringing the viral spreading out through the internet without the verbal communication or the in person. Second one, the self-driven and reusable, which is effective for learning phases. Self-driven means that if you could successfully provide the effective learning kit like the effective tutorials, videos, the developer can catch up your technology with less your resources and in the short terms. And reusable means that once you get created awesome content and very flexible way of the usages, so you can reuse for the other opportunity or the other segment of developers. A third one is the async and online, which is effective for engagement phases. And engagement needs the communication, the approach, but you can do it in async and not in person, but online. And last one, the collaboration, which is effective for the success of the real partners. Just not let developers do their business by themselves, but if you have the good collaboration with them, their business will accelerated to make the rapid success and making the more influence to the other developers as well. So based on these 4 nodes, we implemented the following activities at our DevRel, especially in this year, 2029. The first layer, one-to-many shareable, and we developed the workshop, broadcasting, and summary blogs, which successfully get the awareness of the potential developers and letting them understand our core value and our technical approach as well. Second one, then the self-driven reusable, which is enabled by the tutorial video on YouTube and the forum support, and providing the sample code, which really work for the developers and for the hands-on and as well. And so this is like the school class textbook, the alternative the textbook, I feel. So the before that, we have to have the one-on-one lesson or the support per partner developers. But after we created these contents, just sharing this the contents will really work for the new developers to them understand our API or other technology stuff. Third one, the async and online. We provided a Slack support for the more active and last 1 mile developers to convert it to for real partners. So of course could be the async. You can reply at any time, and you don't have to have the meeting in person. It's totally online activities. Last one, collaboration. Once the developer successfully converted our real partners, we didn't let them do their business by themselves, but we started doing the introduction seminar and promoting them to our app store pages. So not only during the educational engagement phase, but also after the conversion, we actively support our developers, not only for a technical, but also their business perspective. So we can say that this kind of our DevRel activity that covers overall lifetime values of developers. We think our DevRel approach shouldn't focusing on specific phases. Instead, we would better support and care about the whole phases of the developer phases as our the partnerships, because their developing is for business. Most of them, the professional developers, so we have to be responsible to their business success as well. Besides, why do we build almost all of this activity, even though we are global companies? Because we have the following reasons, which is the market gaps. For example, language gap, time zone gap, market size gap, culture gap. So that's why I think the DevRel is should be the localized and shouldn't be the focusing the specific area, but more the global region-wide activity because we have the very different context and many gaps in each region. So it could be solved by the one regional or central approach. So our DevRel, I believe DevRel should be the global and should be more localized. Number 3, after we figure out this approach and the design of a scalable growth, and during that, I found some fact. One of them, the things to grow qualified developers. I'd like to talk about the fact and the finding in this chapter. So one of the drivers for developer growth, I think it's a viewer journey. Viewer journey is my own word. The definition is that, so design in what sort developers see our content and provide them all linked together. So this diagram described the concept. So we expected that the developers and see our content in some orders and differing each other in some condition or in some order. So we believe that our content should be organized and easily to deliverable to the potential developer as well. So this diagram shows that we define the order of the developer to see the content. For example, we expect the developer see our overview blog or the awareness activity and grab the overview and the values. After that, they get into the detailed education and the learning phases and checking our forum question and the sample calls and going back and forth. After that, they successfully converted our real partners. This is anti-pattern of the contents management. So if we have no links to each other and we have no design or plan for the journey of the developers on how they get our content, so each content tends to be isolated. The developers tend to be lost in the multiple contents. For example, someone getting to the very advanced contents and lack of the basic knowledge, so they feel that our products are very complicated, difficult, and they can get the core concept, the basic knowledge over the API or other things as well. So it ends up with the failure of the conversion to a real partners. So for the viewer journey, that point is comfortable learning flow. Designing viewer journey helps you to get qualified developers. Getting qualified developers comes from your design and how you provide your content, not only from the developer, the basic knowledge or talents as well. How you deliver your content is very important. For example, lead developers from basic to advanced, do not backward. Unsuccessful contents or videos tends to be doing this anti-pattern, like a disordered advanced contents and basic. For example, first the developer see the advanced content, and second they see the basic, and the order is not sorted out. So it's the anti-pattern. Second one, they clarify what skill they required, what knowledge is a prerequisite. This is should be the control of the expectation. For example, in our cases, if you try to make our Shopify app, you have to have the basic knowledge of the web application, and better have about the GraphQL and the React as well. So you have to clear what skill required before that they get into your product detail. Third one, let developers keep recursive cycle of the read, try, search. Just not providing information one time each time, but providing how you get the real needed information is very important. So for example, how you search for your developer site, where is the sample code, and why we apply this approach or type stuff or something. So telling how and why is very important beyond the what and which. So next one is the number 4. After we figure out the way of getting qualified developers, so the last phase, and we have to give them real success. So I'd like to talk about the how we did it. For developers' real success, I think you'd better be their company runners beyond the platform partners. I listed them some do's and don'ts. For example, tell why we choose our technology. Do not ask to use our technology only. So the why is very important. For example, why Shopify apply the GraphQL? Why the React? So this is very important. So the without any context, just forcing our tech staff is end up with the failure of their getting trust. Second one, tell how they search for a document. Don't ask to search our documents only. So as I described before, so telling how and telling what's the effective way of getting information is very important for self-driven learning by developers. Third one is ask what they want to achieve. So don't tell if it is possible or not only. So we usually get the inquiry about the features API. So in this case, don't try to answer it could be possible or not, but the why they need this feature or what they want to achieve. It's a consulting approach. It's very important to getting engaging the developers. The last one, ask where they get stuck. Don't tell if it's a bug or not only. So it's not a bug or just an issue, but so you have to try their issues together, drill down to the root causes. So DevRel is not a content event provider only, but motivating, problem solving, and strategy making for developers, and not selling but marketing, not translation but localization, enabler and optimizer. Those kind of the activities contribute to their entrepreneurship. It is not like just the supporting and not just like the information provider and just not like the support the answering the question for our platform user or partner. So the DevRel is the more complicated, so the more business-oriented activity I feel. So the last one in my wrap-up. What's DevRel? It's a growth maker in 10 times, 100 times scalability with our own technology for developer business. So beyond just providing the information, but we can be a success manager for developers. So we can change our way anytime using our skills as developers, because we ourselves are developers with a wide skill for the technology and the knowledge and the marketing activity and the communication skill. So we have the unique talented role. So we should be confident and for changing the developer feature, even the society world. So let's make huge impact to scale out your X system. Hope my session worked for you in some point. Thank you.